Hello guys, how you doing? Well, this morning we have this 16 C300 coupe that we're about to start. Just one thing that I want to show, because I've seen several guys that like to do shrinking whenever come to mold it to the glass, because these cars have a little curve. Every single car have a little curve. Some of the cars are more difficult than others, but this one's it's a freaking Mercedes. And sometimes these cars are a little, tricky on the edges and stuff like that. And we gotta just be careful on this shit, because this thing doesn't come with the other ones. This thing right here, this right here is a little tricky, the way I like to do it, I don't like to remove anything. I put a PPF to cover this part of the tweeter. That way it don't get damaged, because those things are really sensitive. Okay, so what I want to do, I'll always do this though, I'll just shrink over here. I don't like to put anything on the glass. I like to do it, like free shrinking. A lot of the guys, they do it on the glass. On the car. I don't, and every time it works perfectly fine for me, so I just do this thing, shrink it, get my distance, right? Just get my distance. I do for the top part too as well, just slowly, start shifting a little bit. It's normal, it's part of the little process. Okay, so this thing, just spill it right here. All right, so this is actually 30% Lumar IRX. They want to do 15 on the backs and 5% on the belly back window. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna clean now this window. Try to not to use too much water, just enough, and then start cleaning this window. I always like to push the glass against me, because that way over here all the water is gonna go underneath it, and then it's gonna do get it wet down there. That way whenever I apply the film, it's gonna be a lot better. It doesn't give me too much problems, even though I have to go under, maybe pass the towel in there, open it up a little bit, and just get some dirt out of it. Then do the process. So just like this, open it up a little bit, don't put too much pressure, that way the water doesn't bounce back. I should have just put, but I don't have too much PPS cover this part of the car, but it's all good though, so do that, and then making sure it's all wet. Okay, and then bring the film on the glass. Not touch anything, and slice it right in there. Sometimes some glasses, they're gonna give you some crap. See, whenever you push against, ain't no problem. Slowly keep on pushing against. You might wanna have to use this shrunk, and then push it, slide it in, lock it in place. Okay, there it goes, and that's it. Lock it in place, make sure all the edges are fine. Sometimes you actually leave a little bit of, you know, just got to just make sure it's all even. You know, over here it's not bad because topping comes, but as I said, you see whenever you press shrink it, it's nice. You know, you're gonna see a bunch of, you know, wrinkles. That's normal. Not press shrink like that, it's normal. But what I like to do, I don't like to go straight like that. I just like to go, you know, slowly, taking my time. Okay, taking my time. Probably when I go on top edge. See what I'm saying? So right there, just lock it up and do the stuff right here. See, you don't have to shrink on the glass. You know, you gotta make the car wet and clean it up afterwards and all that shit. So I like to do everything, you know, on the glass, on the peel board, and be done. You know, a lot of the guys do that. I don't like it. I've seen that a lot. I don't. Like I said, you know, everybody has their own preferences. How to shrink the windows. Some people, they don't shrink the windows. That's why they're having all the problems underneath it. You know, fingers popping up and all the shit, dirt is coming out of it. You see all the dirt, you know, because they don't remove the sweeps. So that's another thing too, though, you know. In order for you, especially Volkswagen, Hondas are the most, because those cars too, like, you know, some Toyotas, the windows are a little, you know, curvy, especially with the IS Lexus, like the other one. Those cars are like that. But you know, anything can be done. Sometimes you just need a little trick to get it out. You know, small tricks, small touch, and you'll be amazed at all the things that you can do. Okay, just be careful on those, you know, little corner, because this is it's got a lot of grip. You know, this custom made squeegee. So right here feels like it's a little probably over. So that's it, guys. That's what I wanted to show. You know, some little small trick. And that's it, guys. You know, you make sure the window's clean, making sure the stuff in here, you know, you don't have to shrink outside. I mean, for some, they may not as good as, you know, doing what I did. Pre-shrink